Happy Reset Day! I hope that you are feeling well and that you are excited to get started. You are really going to enjoy all of the benefits that you're going to start seeing and feeling once you really get rolling with the protocol. Phase 1 is essentially just preparation for the rest of your life. The beauty of ideal protein is that it is something that is sustainable and you can maintain it throughout your lifestyle if you choose to. You might not always choose to eat our products when you're in maintenance in phase 3, but we will equip you with the knowledge and the education that you need in order to make wise and healthy choices when it comes to building your plate and making your food selections for maintenance. So you're not going to be dieting forever, but you will be eating forever. So we want to make sure that your relationship and your mindset with food is a healthy one. And on that note, I want for you to not shy away from trying new vegetables. If you are not a big vegetable eater right now, that's totally fine. I have some creative ways that we can try to sneak those in. And eventually, they might be something that you really enjoy. In order to become acclimated to something, it takes about 7 to 12 attempts before your palate really starts to recognize that as something that you like. So keep exposing yourself to it, keep trying it, don't give up just yet. Just give it a fair chance because those vegetables are amazing for your health and your nutrition. There's a reason why they are called a superfood, and here at Palm, we want you to live the longest, fullest, healthiest life possible. And so we really want for you to get all of these things in balance and to really start enjoying your vegetables if possible. So Ideal Protein is a great program to help you jumpstart that and become educated and acquire new tastes that you might not previously have had. So first off, before we start talking about day 1, did you do your homework last night? If you didn't know that you had homework, well, now you do. But don't worry, it's simple and easy. So if you look at your little handy dandy 7-day guide that you were given at your initial consultation in your first week packet or your folder, it has a layout for every single day. So if you look at your day 1 page, it had your night before checklist up in the top corner. So we'll go over the checklist just really quickly because these are things you can do on your own, but hopefully you prepared your menu and you planned out what meals you were going to eat today and you're going to check in with me. We also want to make sure that your support system is in place. Now, this is going to be key to helping you stay encouraged because especially during this first week, whenever you might not be feeling so fantastic, it's really going to be wonderful to have people close to you who you can lean on for support and say, hey, I'm not feeling so great today, and they can just hear you out, or they can encourage you, or do whatever it is that you're needing from them. But having that support system is really going to go a long way. And so is creating a safe food environment. So I know for a lot of people, if it's out of sight, out of mind. And while that might not necessarily be true, it is going to be a lot easier to curb those cravings if they're not right there in front of your face. So if you have other people who are in your house or wherever you may be who are eating things that you are not going to be eating while on phase 1 of the protocol, if it would help you, maybe you could have a kind of conversation with them and see if they could put the food somewhere else in their house, or maybe just set up some parameters so that those trigger foods are not going to be right there in the way and hindering your progress. So we also encourage you to modify your schedule if at all possible. I know that that's not necessarily possible for some people, but some people experience fatigue as your body is depleting itself of those sugars that you were putting into it for energy. Now it doesn't have much energy to pull from. It's trying to figure out where to go, and in that process you might feel a little bit tired or fatigued, and that's perfectly normal for these first few days. And so if someone can help you to pick up the slack at home or work or wherever you're going to be, then that would be a great thing to help you out. I also want to help you remember to recommit to your goals each night. So if you have not already written down your why someplace that is highly visible, I recommend that you do that right away. You can write it on a piece of paper and slap it on your bathroom mirror, or you can type it up and put it as the background on your phone or your computer, or you can even put a picture of someone who you are wanting to live a healthy lifestyle to maximize your time or your adventures with them. Whatever your why may be, put it somewhere that you can refer back to often, because there are going to be moments where you feel like, I just don't want to do this, I just want to eat whatever I want and not have to think about it. But if you remember why you're doing what it is that you are doing, it is going to help you to stay 100% compliant with the protocol. I also want to encourage you just to be kind to yourself. This is going to be hard work, but you can do it and you are not alone. So let's talk about some of the things that you might be feeling in this first week. So today, for day one, most likely started off like a totally normal day for you. Your body hasn't realized that anything new is happening yet. And so as the day progresses, it's going to realize, wait a second, you're not putting what you're normally putting into me. And so it's going to try to figure things out, and then you may start to experience some hunger or some fatigue or irritability. Those things are perfectly normal. They're not going to last forever. But if you are feeling those things, I want to give you some tools that are going to help you to troubleshoot and to get over that hurdle a little bit easier. So if you are feeling hungry, make sure that you are drinking plenty of water. That it's really, sometimes you think you're hungry when really you're just thirsty. So make sure that you are drinking enough water. Now, we do recommend having 64 ounces a day, unless you're having coffee or tea, and then you're going to need some more. You're going to need to replace each of those cups of coffee or tea with an extra glass of water. But if you are just shooting for your 64 ounces, I personally enjoy this little water bottle. It's measured with 64 ounces. It gives you the measurements on the side, and then it gives you the time of day that you need to drink it by, so that you can kind of measure your goals and stay on top of that visually. And they come in all different sizes and colors. I have links to them on our website, Palm Health Solutions. They're just purchased through Amazon, and they're a great little tool to have handy if you really want to visualize how you're doing with your water goal. Another way that you can incorporate more water is through trying our branched chain amino acids. That's going to be a fun way to incorporate some fun flavors while also maintaining your muscle support as your body is switching into ketosis. Our water enhancers also are great to give your water a little oomph, or you can have unlimited salad greens, they're going to have a high water content for your body. So all of those things are going to help you to curb your hunger. You are also allowed that one extra product each day, which I sent home with you in your startup package. You're not required to have that. If you want to save it for a later date, if you're not really feeling all that hungry, that's perfectly fine. You may not know whenever you're going to need an extra product on hand. So those are nice to use as extras here and there if you don't want to eat them for hunger. Totally up to you. So if you're feeling a bit moody and irritable, you get that hangry feeling because your body is craving that energy and it wants it right now in the form of sugar. Perfectly normal. But one way to kind of combat that is to set yourself up with a mantra. Now, some people feel like mantras might be a little bit cheesy, but essentially a mantra is just stating your goals in an encouraging, positive phrase that's going to help you to stay motivated and committed to that goal. So things like, I'm strong, I can do this, I'm worthy, I'm capable, I've got this. Whatever it is that you need to tell yourself over and over throughout the day, just set yourself up with a little phrase, a little mantra to keep that motivation going in those moments where you're not maybe feeling so great mentally or emotionally. So if you're experiencing headaches, the best thing that I have found to help with that would be to put 1/3 of a teaspoon of sea salt, mix it in with an 8-ounce glass of water, in about 15 minutes or so, your head should be feeling significantly better. So if that's something that you're struggling with, try that. And also try our water enhancers if you're struggling to drink water. If you're dehydrated at all, that can definitely contribute to your headaches. So we want to make sure that you are drinking enough water, especially in this first week. So if you are one of the people who experiences nausea, there can be a variety of reasons for that, but some people experience nausea because they're just not used to eating a big breakfast early in the morning. And now, while I wouldn't necessarily consider our ideal protein products to be a big breakfast, they can be a little bit heartier for some people. So if you're not used to eating a breakfast and that is getting in your way, try eating something lighter, like a soup for breakfast, or my personal favorite is to drink one of the shakes. They're just lighter, they sit well, or they don't sit as heavy on your stomach, and they might make you feel a little better. Now, I also want to make sure that you are taking your multivitamin on a full stomach. So our multivitamin is fantastic. It's great because it's broken up into those smaller doses with your smaller meals. I really enjoy that. But if that is not doing the trick for you, then maybe you can try bumping that morning multivitamin, bump it back to the afternoon when you have a little bit more food in your system. So those are just a couple ways to troubleshoot those ways that you might be feeling. Just keep in mind, it's temporary. It is not going to last forever. It's just a little bitty hurdle that we're going to get past, and then hopefully smooth sailing from there on out. So let's make sure that you are prepared for tomorrow for day 2. So in your 7-day guide, just turn the page and it'll have your night before checklist for day 2. We already kind of went over all of the things that are on your checklist, but the biggest thing is to make sure that you are prepared. So there are multiple ways that you can kind of plan out your meals ahead of time. If you want to write it down in your journal, you can write down what you're going to eat and then make your grocery list from there, or you can type it up into the app, or you can use one of our meal planning resources that I have available through our website, palmhealthsolutions.com. Any of those methods is great to plan out what you're going to be eating the next day. If you have a plan, it's going to greatly help you stay committed and successful, because if you have somebody who's in front of you and they're eating something that you want, or you go someplace unexpected for lunch or dinner or whatever it may be, if you have a plan and it's written down, it's going to be that much easier to stick to it and say, I'm good, I know what I'm doing. So try, if at all possible, to make that plan tonight before you go to bed and set yourself up for success tomorrow. So please reach out to me if you have any questions, if you need some help or some encouragement in any way. It's what I'm here for. I know that you are putting in a tremendous amount of hard work, and I just want to make that as easy as possible for you. However big or much you want to utilize me, I am here. So reach out and don't be a stranger. So I'll see you for day 2 tomorrow. Bye.